Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Traveleyes podcast. My name's Phil.
And I'm Will.
In this episode of the podcast, we discuss Traveleyes' most recent trip to the Lone Star State of Texas. You may notice that Dan is not with us today. He's currently on a Traveleyes trip hiking in Madeira and is apparently already nursing exceptionally burnt ears. Dan will be bringing home some amazing video content for you. So remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified when he releases this.
Also, let's see if we can break 20 likes on this podcast. That would be amazing.
Yeah, so hit the like button. And coming up on this episode, we have a soundscape of the holiday in Texas for you to listen to. But we will start off with an interview between Andrew, one of the Traveleyes gang, and James, a visually impaired traveller who was on the holiday to Texas.
I'm here with James. Thank you, James, for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. James, you've just returned back from one of the Traveleyes trips in Texas.
That's right, yeah.
Fantastic. And could you just tell me a little bit about some of the stuff that you did on the trip?
We started off in Houston, went to the NASA Space Center, which was actually the reason I booked the trip, because I've actually wrote my dissertation about the space program, so for me it was a really big moment for me to go to the NASA Space Center to see the rocket path, touch the moon rock. That was really exciting. From Houston, then we went to San Antonio, which was great. We did a tour of the Alamo and spent an inordinate amount of time sat on the Riverwalk drinking, so that was good fun. From San Antonio, then we went to the Dixie Dude Ranch and basically just sat around in the sun, relaxing, sat around the campfire there in the evening, drinking again.
Seems like a continuous theme for that holiday.
Yes. And then we finished up in Austin, the live music capital of the world. So that was good fun, walking along, listening to all the different types of music. So it was a really varied itinerary.
And what would you say is the highlight for yourself?
I was really surprised by San Antonio. I really, really liked San Antonio. The atmosphere of the place was really nice.
Well, that's interesting, because you booked on originally for the Space Center and ended up really enjoying another part of it.
I do find that with some of the Traveleyes trips, the sort of unexpected things that you come across makes the trip really, really come alive, if you like.
Sometimes you get some time just to explore different areas that aren't necessarily on the itinerary as well, then.
Yeah, I'm an active holiday fan. I don't like beach holidays or sitting about around the pool and things. You know, one of the big things for me is that you have the independence to then go off and go and do your own thing.
Yeah. So you're a visually impaired traveller that's been with Traveleyes. How many holidays so far?
Texas was my 11th holiday.
Fantastic. Okay. For you, prior to, did you go on much travelling prior to discovering Traveleyes?
I mainly did sort of family holidays, which tended towards sort of beachy holidays.
The thing you just described that you don't like.
Yeah, pretty much. Prior to Traveleyes, I never really travelled for myself, my own interest, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the main benefit then of a Traveleyes trip then for yourself?
For me, I really like the fact that it's not a charity. I mean, I love the fact that I can look on the website, I can find a trip that I want to do, and all the other people on that trip are there for the same reason. You know, there's none of the sort of, poor blind people, let's go and help them out. You know, it's that kind of, everybody's there for the same reason, and every guy that I've ever been with has done an absolutely sterling job.
That's brilliant. That's fantastic. Is the world sort of a lot more, would you say that the world is more open to you now?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things I quite like is that sometimes you get these kind of itineraries that come up, and they're in places that I wouldn't have ordinarily thought of, like the Armenia and Georgia trip, for example. I mean, I never would have thought about going there, before. So, and that looks like a really good trip. It's a shame I haven't got enough leave to do it, but
got to try and persuade the boss.
Absolutely. And, Burma was very much the same. I did the Myanmar-Burma trip last year. And it's just, it wouldn't be a place that I would feel confident traveling on my own. So, being able to go and do that trip and see those places and see those things, it's really, really, really good for me, and it's something I think everybody should travel. I really do, and go to places that you wouldn't ordinarily think of going.
Oh, James, thank you very much for your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me, and like I say, I look forward to traveling with you in a couple of months.
We'll see you soon for another adventure.
I'm really pleased that James enjoyed that holiday. My personal highlight was the Dixie Dude Ranch and all the amazing food that we got to taste.
That's fantastic. So next up, we have the soundscape from the Texas trip. You'll be able to hear Will describing bulls, a tour of an old Texas house in San Antonio, James smelling cigars, the sound of some baby birds, and finally our sighted travellers describing an old table.
Also, listen out for Melv, who brought his auto harp along, and you can hear some of us singing along.
We hope you enjoy it.
Bulls are coming.
I bet he's going to feed them.
They've got
They want to eat
horns,
like
like a big U on top of the head. Absolutely enormous. And there's 4 of them coming over to us.
Quite close now.
And what it is, though, but remember when Miss Steve passes away, we lose her husband dies in 1890. He's 60 years old. This dear lady lives another 40 years without him. She doesn't pass away until 1930. So by the time she dies, we have so many innovations in this house. We have a pool in back. Did Tyler tell you about the swimming pool? No. We have a pool behind us that was built in 1910. And it's 55 feet long, 30 feet wide. It holds 70,000 gallons of water. And it runs from a depth of 5.5 to 8.5 feet. That's one of the first swimming pools in this part of the country.
After all this time, do they still have a smell?
They actually do, actually. They're a little bit dried, and a little bit frail.
So, yeah, some more than others.
But yeah, they smell nice.
In those days, they'd probably be Cuban, wouldn't they?
No, they might probably actually just be local American ones, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
Virginia or so.
When
they probably put those away because they're dried out and quite frail. So
I'll put them back.
Little lady on the airplane, she sat right next to me. She said she came from Essex, and I said, I've always wanted me an Essex girl. She said, honey, I'm sorry, but I'm spoken for. I had Billy Joe Shaver in my ears and a lovely lady on my mind who wasn't mine, who never would be. But it sure was good, that short time, just a-going round Texas, having a good time. Billy Joe, Essex and me.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Okay, so from there, his head,
And then he's got the knee bent
that's
up.
his arm,
Yep.
and he's like got his knee bent, and then you go down, and that's his bracelet on his leg, and then you've got
Yep.
foot, and then he's
on the corner.
Yeah.
and he's got a cushion, tasseled cushion on his head. Yeah. And then that tasseled cushion is obviously what the table itself is resting on.
Yeah.
Like it's quite cool. I just want to put on the purple.
so if you enjoyed that, please let us know in the comments below.
Also, head over to our website to check out some of our other holidays.
And please do hit the like button below and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And as a treat to end on, here's Mel playing us out with Deep in the Heart of Texas.
Enjoy, and we look forward to sharing the adventure with you soon.
Deep in the heart of Texas, the flowers bloom just like perfume. Deep in the heart of Texas, reminds me of the one I love. Deep in the heart of Texas, here we go.
Yeah. Deep in the heart of Texas.
The cowboys cry a yippee-yi. Deep in the heart of Texas, the doggies bawl and say ye all. Deep in the heart of Texas, the cactus plants are tough on pants. Deep in the heart of Texas, that's why perhaps they all wear chaps. Deep in the heart of Texas, here we go.